British DJs, an American voiceover. It's the Harley and Josh Show.
Hi, Harley.
Hello.
Hi. What's going on?
Just before we went on air, we were discussing
what we were doing last week.
Well, we were discussing Game of Thrones and Swedish Chef.
Yes. Just, what if the Swedish Chef was in Game of Thrones?
If the Swedish Chef was in Game of
Thrones. Yeah, you don't watch Game of Thrones, so I don't know why I'm talking about this.
No.
Welcome back to Monday.
Hello, we're back. We've had a week off.
Back, yes, a bank holiday. Well, we didn't, we were still working because we recorded in my house. I let this man in my house, for goodness sake.
It was a glorious. I felt privileged.
No, you didn't.
I felt
you felt
so
like
privileged.
I needed to clean up.
And I on the way out, your girlfriend brought in a cake for me.
She did. I ate it though.
And it said "I love you," and I'm guessing. I to be honest, I think it was your cake.
No, she didn't make it for you, and I watched as you ate it, and she looked only at you and not me. It's just good Lord, so
I'm
mean.
so
But yeah, so if you guys want to listen back to that one, that is on SoundCloud / Harley and Josh Show.
Yes,
yes, we've had to take some of the old tracks off there so that we can make space for it.
Make spoons.
Thanks, SoundCloud.
Yes,
yeah, make spooge for it. Yeah.
If anyone listening has any knowledge of podcasts and can tell us how to actually do
a podcast,
do what we're already doing but better, then
Does anybody here know what the heck to do?
Does anyone know what we're doing?
Oh god! What you got your finger on the button to do? What'd you do? Oh,
it's that section.
Is that section? Yeah, what'd you do, Harley?
Well, I had quite a busy 3 days. I had a 4 gig weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. So Friday, as mentioned, I was playing at the Trimley Sports and Social Club with Oddball and the Shifty Twins.
Shifty Old Twins.
On the Shifty Old Twins. It was a really good gig, actually. It was quite funny because half-time drummer Dan Dolman turns to me and went, he goes, it's not the best of nights. And I sort of said, well, for someone who's played here before, for a first gig, or for a first time for a band.
First time for the band was there. No?
Yeah.
Right, okay, yeah.
That's kind of what to expect. It's kind of like a members club, so you kind of...
Yeah.
People sit and listen rather than get up and dance, but... If they like you, they'll let you know, and they'll bring people along next time. It takes a few of those gigs to kind of get the dates to roll in.
We were talking about this in the car, weren't we?
Yeah.
Just, like the people come up to you, they look really surprised, and they'll be like, that wasn't awful, boy. That was quite good, actually.
Don't sound so surprised.
You're like, thanks, man.
Yeah.
You just looked at me and thought, that guy's going to be awful.
Yeah, that's often what they think.
But yeah, no, so it went well, huh?
Yeah, no, it did.
How long did you do?
We did 2-hour sets, I think. Nice. Yeah, we ended up cutting a few songs short, actually, which is nice. We were saying afterwards that when we first started out and we were getting short of songs, or we were running out of songs before, and they'd go, encore, and we're like, we haven't run out, we haven't got any songs.
We had that, didn't we?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we have had the sort of, we basically said every gig we want to have at least 1, maybe 2 new songs. So every gig we've done since August last year, we've had 1 or 2 new songs at every gig.
Mental.
This is the first time we didn't add any new songs.
What's wrong with you?
Well, it was August. Dan's the busiest man in the world right now.
Yeah. So, good drummer and a teacher. So.
That's it. And you would have thought, well, he thought that being the summer holidays, he'd have a lot more free time. He was wrong.
Funny guy.
Yeah. So we were a little bit short on rehearsal time, but we got together, we had a rehearsal and went straight out and sort of did a gig. And now we're like, okay, we haven't got a gig till October, so we're already trying to plan new songs for next month.
Cool.
So we want to keep that going.
Are you going to tell me or us or
we haven't decided, actually. We're looking at, I can't remember what we said we were going to learn. One of the songs
English
was
language?
We were going to do Smooth Criminal, the Alien Ant Farm version.
The Alien Ant Farm version. Brilliant.
Yeah. So that would be cool. I'm looking forward to
Nice. So yeah, okay. Well, I look forward to seeing that one.
Yeah. So that was my Friday. Saturday, I had a wedding with the Mementos.
Oh, lovely, yes.
It was a very easy wedding for my part.
Nice.
Because we only had to play one set. It was Laura and...
Because you got like a support act, right?
Yeah, well, and a headliner. There was a support and
that's mad.
And the warm up for their own band as well. Basically, it turned out it was Laura and Rob's cousin's wedding.
Laura and Rob.
Laura is the singer for the Mementos. Rob is the drummer.
Laura Crimson. Yeah, okay, cool.
So it was kind of sort of a nice family affair, and it was a really friendly atmosphere. They sparked drinks on the house.
So what were the bands then?
So we turned up, and Jay Peters was doing a set with Adam Walden.
Yeah, just the duo, yeah?
Just the duo.
Beautiful.
And apparently that wasn't booked or planned. It's just they turned up, they were ready to go, and the people still eating. So someone said, well, do you want to go do a little, duo set?
Little tinkly tinklies.
And never to shy away from
of course.
Anything like that. So
no, that's good.
They did a set, and then they did a full band set with
Aaron.
Yeah, Aaron Hall drums.
Who I saw last night at McDonald's, mate. That's from McDonald's,
McDonald's
I just run into musicians at McDonald's.
That's where you meet musos.
I know it is, isn't it? Most of the time, I'm still knackered. This is the only time I've had to get food.
Exactly.
I'm in between gigs.
Yeah.
All right, yeah.
And Jay Goodrich on bass.
And Jay Goodrich, incredible. Yeah, you were actually telling me about how it was nice to watch him do something that was a bit more standard to what he's used to doing.
I've seen
Ben Bloom and Druids.
Yeah, and that's a lot more. It's very sort of written lines.
Yeah, and quite progressive.
Yeah, whereas with this, it was a bit more jam,
straight down the line.
Yeah, so he was actually just sitting on the beat and grooving and just absolutely nailing it.
Yeah,
so
lovely.
That was great to watch. So they did a set, then we did a set with the Mementos, and did that. It was great fun.
Yeah.
We were all on a very small stage because obviously it was a big stage that they'd cut in half because it band on each side.
Oh, okay.
So we were very squished in. So I didn't bother to use my pedal board and kind of just sat
like
there,
a squishy stage
squished. And then they finished off, and it was great. And apparently they did a DJ set afterwards until stupid o'clock in the morning. But
so who was doing the DJ?
I don't know.
Oh,
I left before it started.
It's interesting because I often will, I say often all the time, supply DJing with the wedding because I DJ as well, so that I will say to people like, if you'd rather save money on having to hire a DJ after the band is finished, I'll just stick around and leave my PA up and and DJ for the rest of the night. I'm not sure how common that is.
That's something we do with the Mementos as well. It just makes sense for those who want sort of two things but don't want to pay out for two massive costs.
And massive PAs.
Yeah, that's it. People still do that. The wedding I did the other weekend, we had a DJ and us play, and the DJ set his PA, which was almost identical to ours, next to our system, and it just made things a little bit more awkward because we had to run two power lines because we didn't want to unplug any of his gear whilst we were packing down.
The electric's noisy as well, doesn't it? Because if you've got so much running on there, you get a lot of resistance and you constantly got a zzz going through your system.
Yeah.
Very annoying.
Very.
Very annoying. But yeah, so do you want to talk about Sunday now? We'll talk about that later.
Ooh, well, shall we... Let's transition and talk about... Actually, no. I'm going to change my mind.
There's a Gavin McKinley outside the door. I saw him. He ignored us, but they were at sundown yesterday. Yeah, in Pilo were at sundown.
Of course they were, yeah.
So, yeah, I don't know.
Apparently they did really well.
Me being excited. Yeah, apparently went really well. Exactly. Well,
cool.
Why wouldn't it? But, he slams doors when he goes past.
You just heard a celebrity door.
You heard a celebrity door slam. Celebrity door slams. Who's this?
We've got a new section.
Who's this one? Why you gotta come back?
I have no idea.
I was trying to be John Travolta.
No. Wow, that's okay.
Well, okay, let's transition. What did I do? What did I do, Harley? Do you what? I want to change that jingle to "What didn't I do?" And
what didn't you do this weekend?
I did not ride an elephant. And it really annoys me, to be honest. Like, I thought about it last night and I couldn't sleep because I was like, it was a very severe lack of.
You didn't remember to pack down all your gear every gig.
Don't even start. So it started off on Thursday, my weekend, because I had. It feels like a year ago now. There was the Black Swan gig, and you.
Oh yeah, I came to that.
You came to that.
Why didn't I talk about that? And what did I do?
Right, what did I do? So that was really fun. It was a Thursday night, which was different to usual, but we had Lovely crowd. Mostly went off without a hitch, apart from a couple of technical things, and nice people. Like you guys turned up after the rock project. And
that's it. I only got there for the second half, which meant that I missed all the technical hitches at the beginning. So for me, it was a flawless gig.
Flawless. So we chucked in Battery by Metallica after rehearsing it the night before.
Nice.
And Rich had never actually heard the song before.
Oh, right.
Right?
Yeah. So
our bass player had not heard Battery by Metallica before. So he learned it in that practice. Same with Sepultura, Bloody Roots. I think that's in context, so it's fine.
Yeah.
Roots, Bloody Roots. And he ended up nailing every single one. So, yeah, that was a really good gig. Hopefully we'll have that again. Oh, yeah, we do have that again. That's going to be 29th of this month, 29th of September. Because
I'm going to miss it.
That's my birthday. It's my birthday. So we're going to have a Lockabilly's and Black Swan gig.
Both together?
Merging, yes. It's going to be metal
you're supposed to have a day off on your birthday.
Yeah, I know. But it was the only evening I had free at the end of September to book with the Swan dates. So I was like, it's either the guys in the band don't get work and I have a chilled out birthday, or we all get work, and it kind of keeps the gigs up, keeps the energy up.
You got to keep that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to have, unless I get run over by said imaginary elephant between now and next year, I'll have another birthday. So.
Well, that's it. That's always a good way to think about it.
Yeah, it's always good. I mean, that's what they have on cigarette packets. It's like, smoke them up, you might as well get run over by an imaginary elephant by tomorrow. Who knows? But yeah, so Friday was the reason behind why we played Yeah by the Baskervilles, because it was a thing I wouldn't shut up about for like a month.
So don't shut up about it some more.
Yeah, I'm going to keep not shutting up. Woo! Radio talking. We had the Blue Kubricks at the beginning, and Carousel and the Baskervilles. Really, really great night. We were packed out at the Smokehouse. It was nice and busy. So good vibes for the band to play off of. All the guys worked really well together, and I really hope they gig again together.
Awesome.
They got to plug their singles. We got to meet new people. Got to surprise a lot of people. They surprised me, to be honest. I mean, I knew that these bands were good, but it's just what you have made up in your head before a gig is always different to what has actually happened.
Oh, totally.
Always. I mean, even if it's a predictable gig, it's still never going to be the same as what you expect it to be.
Yeah.
But it was interesting because Blue Kubricks did an acoustic show. I believe one or two of them were slightly drunk. I could see it in their eyes, and by the things they would said over the mic. I think they said one of the time was, "Look at my girlfriend, isn't she bleeping beautiful? Look at her bleeping bottom." And I was like, "Oh, you're gonna feel that one later." Good luck with that.
He must have been popular.
His mum was in the audience. He was like, "Oi, stop it!" Yeah. Crack the whip. But yeah, and then they worked really well with Carousel. First time I've actually seen them live. I've been following them for ages, been a bit of a champion of them because I just, I think we need more vibey rock. They've got this great thing where they've got these, nice, kind of like Peace or Slaves, kind of band style music, where it's nice and simple songs, right? And there's nothing wrong with being simple when you're writing a song. Definitely not. But it's one of those songs where they've got those songs where you close your eyes and you kind of move with it. Sometimes it's not even just it's not a dance. It's literally you're just being moved by the music involuntarily. It's quite amazing. Yeah. And also Baskervilles just really blew my mind. I've got to say, like, I will admit I wasn't sure about them to begin with. Like, not at the gig. I mean, just the first time I heard about them, I was like, it's not really my thing, But I saw the videos that Aaron had done the first one, Death of the Pop Song, which I'd put on here.
Oh, yeah.
Again, I was like, okay, I kind of get what they're doing with the recordings, but, I still haven't seen them live. I don't quite get. We'll see what we get. Yeah. But so to do that, I put on a gig so that I could watch them because I never get time to be able to go to see a gig on a Friday, Saturday, or Sunday.
Never, no.
So it kind of ends up with I'm like, okay, I'm going to put on my own gig so that I can just watch something. In the end, I ended up on the door most of the time to sort of make sure that everybody was all right. But they really blew me away.
Awesome.
Yeah, I mean, the backing tracks, they were playing along to clicks and were spot on. Blair and Callum with Blair on drums with his drum pads, Callum with his MIDI sequences, which were really interesting, and great bass tone from Aaron. Great guitar tone from this lovely telly and this really weird Kepler system that James, the singer, had that was syncing up with the backing tracks. I'd never seen that before.
Wow.
I guess it's MIDI controlled, but it syncs up with the tempo, and he doesn't even have to press any pedals down. It will change his tone just with the backing track.
That's genius.
Right? So he can just sing and he can just perform and play guitar without having to sit there and do a little tap dance like I was doing all weekend with this blues rubber pedal that's now busted of mine.
Oh, wow.
Because I've slammed it so many times. But yeah, everybody really pulled it out of the bag, did a really, really great set. I urge anybody to go on Spotify and listen to Yeah some more. Listen to Death of a Pop Song. Check out Shivers by Carousel. Check out If I Leave by Blue Kubrick. So let's get on to what happened on Saturday.
We're only halfway through.
Oh, mental winning.
It's mental.
Okay, what did I do Saturday? Oh God, again, it feels like a year ago. So Saturday, I was at a wedding in the Tudor Barn in Belstead, which was a duo thing, which is just Rich and I was playing double bass and Rich was playing acoustic, and it was just outside in the sunshine while they were playing croquet and throwing sacks of balls at this like tin cans. I realised that sounds different now when I say it out loud. But the sacks at tin can. No. Oh, okay, I'm gonna stop now. But yeah, they were just having conversations, and we were just sort of wandering around and playing for people. It's quite a nice little thing to do.
That's
at weddings.
Cool. Was that a pomp or a Lockabilly's?
It was Lockabilly's. So we were doing lots of cash and Elvis and stuff. Nice. So yeah, it was. I quite like doing that because you can gauge whether people are actually interested kind of from their conversations they're having. You can't hear the conversations, you're just kind of eavesdropping with your eyes, where you kind of sort of see people tapping their foot while they're trying to hold a conversation, and they keep looking over just like, oh, what's going on here? It's not so much, who is playing. Sometimes it's just the music, it's people listen to it going, oh, that's what I wanted. So we sort of pick those people out and then go over to play for them for just a bit, and then once they're kind of, you can tell that they're bored of it, then you go and find somebody else to go play with, which is nice. But then we had another gig for Matt Folks' wedding, bless him, from Omni Slash and Sleeper Cell and Pop Gun. I'm not sure if you heard Pop Gun before. Local guys that are doing, nice sort of retro pop tracks. They do functions and things like this. The band were there. Nice and drunk and having a good time, because it's their good friend's wedding. It was beautiful. It was in a TP. I got to hang out with my good friend Ashley, who's down from Australia at the moment, who used to play drums for me, lovely drummer, and Kyle Orton from Sleeper Cell, who I find out is now a music teacher. So, awesome. Yeah, you remember Kyle from college? He was in my year. Yeah, I think so, yeah. And great guitarist, great songwriter, great singer. Interesting conversation we had about game addiction and just how video games try to make you feel like you're accomplishing something with achievements and things like this. But it's only happening a lot of the time is when you get addicted because you're not doing something outside of the game in your real life where you're sort of, because you don't get achievements in real life, right? Kind of weird. But yeah, interesting conversation with him. But yeah, that was a lovely wedding. It was just nice and sort of cobbled together because it was at Rookery Farm, I think it was called, and it's just a farm with a field and a lovely little sort of pondy lakey thing, where you play in this teepee with all this sort of it's all very wooden and kind of like like you should be passing around a peace pipe and everything. I think some people were, but that was something different. And then we had that, but the thing is, I couldn't really relax after that because I had another gig with a very important person in the morning. After that, who am I talking about? Who? Well, you'll have to check Twitter because there's videos of us playing together now, Harley.
There's all sorts, isn't there?
Yeah, there's videos and photos of us playing together because your hosts, ladies and gentlemen, got together and played Art on the Prom. from
Yeah.
Felixstowe. Your boys.
Yeah, boys.
The only problem was it was like, 10:30 in the morning.
It was quite funny actually when you picked me up on the drive there, and we were sort of just having a little chat, having a little catch up. We're like, we feel like we're recording a show right now.
Yeah, exactly. I feel like when we talk, so just so you know, ladies and gentlemen, Harley and I just don't talk.
No.
Outside of the show,
Hate each other's guts.
No, it's not because we don't. Not because we hate each other. It's just because.
Okay.
Okay. I don't
speak
hate
for yourself.
You.
I mean,
it's just because otherwise, it feels weird because it feels like I'm listening to the radio whenever we have a conversation.
Yeah, I feel like should be putting jingles in the middle of our conversation.
From Radio 6 Music get that. They're like, we can't really talk to each other, can we? No, because I constantly feel like I'm listening to a podcast. That was interesting. We got to turn up and just, whack out some songs that we'd never practiced.
Yep.
And in front of a crowd of people that didn't even know we were going to be there. I got nice and surprised.
It was great. They sort of turned up and we performed to a 10-foot tall lady.
Yeah, crikey. She was terrified.
There are pictures all over him.
Did you see that?
I saw
video?
him. Yeah.
Oh god, put it up. And yeah, the comment I put underneath it was just like she's just barking orders at us to play certain songs and dancing quite seductively. I liked it a lot.
She has lovely long legs and tiny feet.
Tiny feet.
There must have been a child size.
Yeah, just so you know, this is a stilt walker we're talking about.
Yeah.
It's not just a very tall lady who was shouting orders at us and.
We were accosted by a
some
giant
dungeon somewhere.
Yeah. Well, she wouldn't fit.
Play for me.
Be a very tall dungeon.
No, she'd be ducking all the time.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Bad for her back.
Yes. So yeah, that was fun. We were playing from about sort of 10:30 till about 12, 1-ish, wasn't it?
Yeah, we finished about 1.
And then we rocketed up straight away to pick up Raina.
Yes.
Raina Van Derl.
Raina Van Derl.
I got it right this time. He's not going to be angry at me.
Yeah.
And pick him up and meet Hannah Hannah Hinchcliffe in Bilderston. Hannah Hinchcliffe.
She doesn't. It's not. There's no C in there. She gets really angry.
Oh well. Oh god.
So Hannah Hinchcliffe, yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna walk out of here and just get my throat cut.
Yeah.
With a saxophone. Yeah. Met up with them in Bilderston. Got to see some fantastic bands, didn't we, Harley?
Yeah, we saw some really good bands. We saw
Me and the Moon.
Me and the Moon.
That was really nice. So it was after her was Polly Haynes.
Yes.
But before Me and the Moon was this band called Wild Goose.
Yes.
Which I find out was the lead singer's surname. And they are
her
from
name
Camden.
is Wild Goose.
Was that?
Wild Goose.
Her surname is Wild Goose.
Okay, wow.
Super cool, right? It's just like you go anywhere near there, she's like, it just bites your finger off. God damn it.
That noise.
I think that's a kind of a goose sound.
She was such a normal looking person, and I'm just imagining her now with like a goose's beak.
Yeah. Oh, but she'd still be able to sing fantastically if she had a goose's beak, I'm sure. Because they were really great. We actually turned up and thought it was Adam Warden playing keys.
Yeah, that's it. It was like there was really that real sort of soul-y sort of key
like
sound.
Rhodes kind of key sound. It was all an Nord as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, so they were doing this sort of neo-soul Hiatus Coyote D'Angelo style thing, which was beautiful, like really nice to turn up to because I was just like completely blown away.
Lovely bass solos.
Yeah. That was nice.
That was me happy.
But again, they were from Camden. Well, they're London, they say, and they've sort of studied in jazz schools together, which kind of makes sense.
Yeah.
So they were great. But Polly Haynes, wow.
It was great because until this time, you'd seen her without a band.
Exactly.
You'd heard her studio stuff with a band.
Yeah.
So now you've seen her live with a band. And what do you think?
Oh, wow. I mean, she's chosen some really good musicians.
Yeah.
And also some really good songs, just like to put that instrumentation to. Because now I know what her acoustic songs sound like, and I know that they sound great. Bare basics, just a guitar, just a harmony and a melody. I know that it works. So not all of them will work, but she's obviously put the instrumentation together quite lovingly and really, put time into it. And all of them together have, made something that gels well when it can do it in two mediums, because not all songs can work, great acoustically as well as, Seven Nation Army is quite a good track, but if you try ever do that acoustic version of that, it would just be awful.
Nothing there.
Anyway, so yeah, she blew my mind, not just because of that, but because of how she helped us out. Because so stress.
You weren't having a lot of luck that day.
No, I had a terrible luck that weekend. So basically, all the band pulled out before Sunday. So I had 2 gigs, one that was a duo show, and the second one, which was Bilderston, which was supposed to be a 4-piece, including me. I had none of my original band members available for reasons I will not say, which stressed me out. I will just say stressed me out. So I ended up getting saved by Mr. Harley. Hey! Woo! Mr. Harley! Saving me on the bass in the morning and in the afternoon. Mr. Raina Vandell on the drums and Hannah Hinchcliffe, I didn't say the C, on sax. But these guys had never played together before. I mean, well, Harley and Raina had played together, they still do, but not with me and not with Hannah.
That said, me and Raina worked out we hadn't, until this year, me and Raina hadn't played. Bearing in mind we've been sort of best friends ever since college.
Yeah.
We'd never played with me on bass and him on drums at a gig since college.
No way. So that's 10 years, that almost.
Yeah.
That's mad, isn't it?
Because we played in Flickr with him on guitar.
Yeah.
But we'd never, until we played with Gussie Stafford earlier this year, had never joined together. It might have been end of last year actually, but until then we'd not joined together and played as a rhythm section.
That's really cool.
And we've done it a few times
really
now.
well. And Raina was playing on a kit that wasn't his. He's left-handed, so I had to switch the whole thing round. You were playing with a double bass.
Yep. And
not through your amp, with my double bass and on the wrong side of the stage.
Yeah, the amp was the wrong side of the stage, so I was
from you, the wrong side from you. But Hannah had turned up with a radio mic, which is a great thing because she was all over the audience.
Purchased from West End Music.
Oh, she got that AKG from West End Music. That's the French way of saying it, I think.
Yeah.
She was all around the audience, just dancing with everybody and really getting the crowd going.
It was really cool to see, and she was interacting with the kids, with the adults, and sort of creating
even the kids that were dabbing going past with the scooters. I was like, come on, how cliche can you be right now? Let's dab on a scooter. Oh god,
it was great because it really broke the barrier between the stage and the crowd. Definitely. So people were standing up and dancing and getting really into it. I mean, there were people dancing beforehand with the other bands, but I think just breaking that window.
Crazy guy. There's always crazy guy.
Oh, there's always one.
There's always one crazy guy.
Yeah,
and I think only one of his legs worked. If you imagine somebody dancing with only one of their legs works.
I didn't notice that.
No, I mean, they both worked, but he just kept on pivoting around this one leg. I was like, maybe he's only got rhythm in one leg.
He's trying to get home, but only one leg works, so he's just going around in circles.
I have to shuffle home now again. My problems came in the fact of, because I'd had already 3 gigs that weekend with me playing, I snapped a string on my Gordon Smith.
Yep.
Luckily, I still have my strap.
Always good to carry a spare.
I had a spare guitar because I was like, come on, don't be stupid. What happens then? Broke a string on that one, didn't I?
Yep.
Broke a string on that one. And I did something that I detest myself for doing. Is because, so usually etiquette is, you say, right, okay, I'm screwed. Has anybody in the audience got a guitar that I can use, right? And somebody will volunteer and go, yes, or they'll be like, no, I've just seen you break 2 strings. I'm not giving you my guitar. And I'd be like, okay, fair enough. Thank you very much. Good night. Yeah. But I actually singled out Polly, and I feel really bad for doing it. I said, Polly, may I use your guitar? She was the only person I knew there that was a guitarist.
Yeah.
Apart from people that were there watching,
Yeah.
I hadn't brought a guitar, and she, unwaveringly just said yes, went straight away and got it, and brought it, and it was a lovely Strat, lovely Fender Strat.
Yep.
Which I really enjoyed playing because it had a rosewood fretboard. I was about to say rosemary fretboard, so it smelled really good.
Lovely.
It smelled like sausages, but no, it was a rosewood fretboard that was coated. It was lacquered.
Oh, okay.
So it was really nice. It was like playing a maple neck,
but with the
strap.
sound.
But yeah, I mean, it was a D profile neck. So my Strat is a V profile. So if you just imagine those letters next to each other, and you imagine the kind of how you hold that neck, it was slightly different. So I had to I didn't change the strap length either. So I'm sitting there, you know, 6'3" guy playing a lady's guitar. So I'll have it around my neck because like under my chin, because I don't want to change somebody's strap length.
That's a dangerous area to go.
That's a D move.
Yeah,
because you know, you got to let people keep their things. But I did change her tuning though, because she had it in drop D. I can't remember what the actual was. I think it was DADGBF.
Okay.
So but she plays with some really interesting tunings. Again, I've said this about Polly on air. She's just very talented as a guitarist. Anyway, if you're listening, Polly, thank you so much for letting me use your guitar. That was incredible of you. But then, so at the end of that, wrapping it up, we got to relax and got to say goodbye to 1552 Sound.
Yes.
Thank you to Jake and all the guys from the Sound. If anybody listening here who hasn't worked with 1552, I had a thought about this, Harley. Right. You and I just touched your leg.
That's fine.
Gig in the Garden. Remember Gig in the Garden? When we played together for the first time on the bass. Jake did the sound for that as well.
He did indeed.
1552 did the sound for that as well.
They did a really good job. From my side of the stage, because obviously the bass amp was behind you.
Yeah.
I didn't have an amp, and being a fretless instrument, I had to really be careful. I had to know what notes I was hitting, and making sure I was sort of as close to the note as possible. So, and I said I was right next to the sound guy, so I was right. It was fairly easy, so I could turn to him and go, "Can I have a little bit more monitor?" Being a big acoustic instrument, it's very susceptible for feedback. Susceptible feedback and
it's
unwelcome noises. And you know, so the guy was sort of riding it up, got the feedback, put it down a little bit, sort of gave me the eyes, go, "Is that all right?" And it was perfect. I went, "Yep, that's fine." I just had a little bit of guitar just so I could hear what chord you were playing a little bit better, because again the guitar amp was the other side of the stage, and it was just perfect, you know, 2 songs in, and, you know, I had everything I needed. I had good eye contact with Raina, good eye contact with yourself. And it just, as a rhythm section, I felt really comfortable.
Good.
And it's very much due to sort of having a good sound tech.
Yeah, exactly. And that's the thing, when you've got people that you know that they know what they're doing, and they've been there for the whole weekend doing the sound, so they know how the stage works in an inflatable stage, which is like a spaceship. It's
it looked really cool.
And also there was the thing of they'd also been in Snake Maltings doing the BBC Concert Orchestra all week as well for the proms. So they really know what they're doing, so that was great to have them on board. But we're running out of time, Harley.
Oh no,
we're running out of time, so we should probably do a bit of promoting.
Yeah, let's do some promoting.
Right, let's talk.
I've got some news.
Well, we've got some news.
The many months of kissing proverbials of Claire Free has paid off. She's asked me to join her band and help her out with some gigs.
What do you mean kissing her proverbials?
I'm being PC.
Oh, bless Claire.
Of sharing all the events that she's been doing. Good. And even though she sent me some music to play.
Then? Is it the Claire Free?
It's just Claire Free, yeah.
Incredible.
She's got loads of stuff on Spotify. She did give me some music to play.
Lovely.
And I forgot to download it.
That's right. So, we've got a show next week.
We've got a show next week. We'll play it next week, I promise.
So have you got a gig coming up with her?
We haven't got any gigs coming up, but we're gonna try and have a rehearsal before I go on holiday when I get back.
Nice.
And we're gonna try and get something solid.
Holiday, Harley?
I don't even know.
Oh yeah, that was it.
It was a last minute holiday. My friend went. I was
in Spain or something. I can't remember.
I think it's somewhere Greece. I don't know.
It's somewhere greasy.
It's somewhere greasy. We're going to Pizza Hut.
It's going to sleep under a bench. Great. Okay, cool. Well, shall we? Yeah, right. Okay. So, well, I do have a show that I'd like to promote. Very good friends of mine are playing here in the Smokehouse this Friday, which is the 8th of September.
Yes.
And that is the fantastic Pessimist.
Yes.
Which is my beautiful friend Karen Richardson Todd playing bass and singing. And also... Was that what?
I can say that was his bass that I had with me yesterday.
That was, wasn't it?
I
never
acquired from him.
Oh,
it's so nice.
Yeah, it was at J Bass, right? J Bass, beautiful looking thing, really. Absolutely beautiful. But yeah, so we'll be able to see him play this Friday, and also Ipswich Champions are returning for their first headline show in, quote, 300 years, quote unquote, which is on their Facebook page.
Wow.
But in celebration of that fact, they have actually re-released all of their previous music online on all platforms. They're on Google, they're on Google Play, they're on iTunes, they're on Spotify, they're on Deezer, Amazon. But one that I was happy to reconnect with, which is one they'd heard earlier on this year, was Rooftops.
Should we finish off with that one?
Do you want to finish off with
we've still got a little bit to promote. And I think
what do you want to do? What you talking about?
I haven't got any gigs this weekend. I've got a nice easy one. Yeah, but I do want to share Claire's gig, which is 10th of September, solo gig at the Globe in Clare. It's actually Claire's got a gig in Clare.
Incredible.
In Sudbury.
Nice.
So make sure to get along to that. So Claire, go to Clare and see Claire.
Where?
Claire. There.
We have fun on the radio.
Yeah,
I've only got one show that I'm doing this weekend actually as well, which is nice. Which is I'm playing a classic car show in Kings Lynn. Everybody's listening to that.
Which car?
Right in the middle of town, Tewin.
Nice.
That wouldn't be.
Is it a particular type of classic car or just general classic cars? I know you did a Citroen one.
Just say classic cars. So I guess it could be a mix, like we said about the last of the NASC. It could be Fast and the Furious meets James Bond.
Wow, that's a good meeting point between
exactly.
two
You can
sections.
end up with everybody. So I believe there was one other show that I saw. Oh yes, that was it. So okay, this is going to tear some people in twain. I never know when to use that saying. 8th of September. We've also got, which is this Friday, Super Glue, Bad Pop, and Rise Shabby at the Swan, and also an open mic at the Steamboat from James Morgan, I believe, is putting that one on. So that'll be this Friday, an open mic night on a Friday.
It really upsets me that I never get to go to any open. Well, I say I never get to any open mic nights. I never go to any open mic nights these days. I used to do it quite a lot when I was playing with Lucy Sampson. But since I've sort of not been doing much of the acoustic stuff, I kind of that scene is I find I get less chances to go to those sort of things.
That's what my good friend Rich told me. It was sometimes it's a bit like a bus driver's holiday. You've got a night off. Sometimes you don't want to go and see music. I all the time want to be finding new music. However, sometimes just on a weeknight after you've been teaching, because you teach on the weeknights, and I teach on the weeknights. Sometimes at the end of it, you're just like, I want to go home and just play Mass Effect or something, like instead of doing anything else. I
sort of go in waves of one or the other, depending on how intense my music life is on the weekends, either side sort of thing. Because
otherwise you'll sit there and feel like you've missed out. If you don't have a particularly gig heavy weekend, you're going to have withdrawal symptoms in our line of work.
There was no stopping me coming to your gig on to the Black Swan last Thursday. But I say I have got a couple of nights off this week. I've got a Friday night off.
Good. I think I'm going to be coming down to see Underline the Sky, to be honest, because I actually don't have a gig Friday night, which is incredible for me. I've only got Sunday, so I'm going to come down and see Underline the Sky, and I hope everybody can meet me here.
I was going to plan a chill night with the family, but I might fob them off and come along.
I dropped you off at your house, and you had a roast with your family. And when you said you were having a roast with your family, I thought they were just sitting around and insulting you.
That's pretty much it.
Hey, Harley. Oh, God, your beard looks like the rosemary that's on the lamb right now. Oh, God.
Or that's on your guitar.
How's it get? Rosemary, beardy guitar deck.
But yeah, well, I mean, it was better than your McDonald's.
Did they still insult you though?
Oh yeah, they
probably.
Yeah.
You did say this about how Nikki and your mum like to gang up on you.
Oh, that's when your girlfriend and your mother team up, and then they both sort of grill you for things that you do or you don't do, and then you just can't win.
Oh yeah, he always does that. I know, right? Oh, and you're dying inside, wishing you were dead. Shall we, on that note of dying inside, shall we play some uplifting music?
Wonderful. Yes. Should we do our sign off now? Let's do our sign off now. Okay, cool. So if you want to listen to our stuff, that's on
the SoundCloud.
If you're listening to it live now, you know where we are on ioradio.co.uk 2 till 3. But if you want to listen to it in podcast form, at the moment it's on soundcloud.com/Harley and Josh Show.
Oh yeah, and you can find Harley on @HarleyC on Twitter to talk about anything you want us to mention in the show. Also on Instagram and also on our Facebook pages.
Yes.
If you'd like to come and check, that's Lockabilly's and Harley C.
And if you would like to have any of your music played, please email harleyandjoshshow@gmail.com.
Oh yeah, we got a email address.
We've got our email. We're official.
Yeah, what do you know about email?
Official. Or just just come up to us and chat with us, and just any gigs you want us to promote, let us know, and we will push it.
Yes, we
Push it
are
real
your
good.
music hose.
Yes, we are indeed. Cool. Let's play some lovely music. This is going to be perfectly timed to finish at 3:00. How cool is that? Awesome.
Thank you so much, guys. Love you.
Love you. Bye.
It's the Harley and Josh Show on iRadio.